Some people are claiming that the video you're about to see is a Chinese psyop, and the reasoning being that number one, it's on TikTok, number two, it's a Chinese account, number three, it's being promoted by Chinese bots, number four, the buildings in the background are Chinese, and number five, the furniture that you're seeing is also Chinese. Is there a possibility? Maybe. I mean, if you look at the way TikTok does things, in China, they teach people practical advice. They teach people how to do their taxes. They teach people how to do carpentry, how to learn useful skills. Those are the videos that are being promoted, very wholesome life advice videos. Meanwhile, in the United States, you got videos about fat acceptance, you got videos about LGBT issues, twerking, you know, like stuff that doesn't really help you make any money. Alright, let's look at the video. The reason I chose it isn't necessarily whether or not it's made by the Chinese, is that I have seen this take a couple of times and I failed to understand it, and maybe someone from the comment section can help me elucidate it. So, it's trending on TikTok, it's not just there, it's trending. And it's bewildering that so many people, like, don't have a problem with this. It's supposed to be a joke. But the joke has a political tone, and if the joke has a political tone, it means that it must have, like, some dose of reality into it. And I just don't get it. It shows this lady that's about to get married, and as she reaches towards the finger, she gets to see that now she's doing house chores, right? And this absolutely terrifies her, and eventually she chooses not to get married and be single. And of course, like, having children, big yikes. Okay, so I have seen feminists actually echo this, and I never understand it. Like, first of all, do you not do the house chores yourself when you live alone? I mean, I do the house chores. They're not that fucking difficult to do. You do realize we live in 2023. Like, you don't have to wash clothes by hand next to the river in the cold. It's different now. Like, we got washing machines that do the job for you. You got the Roomba. You can order takeout. I mean, there's a lot of things that have been simplified simply due to technology. Now, in every household, as far as I know, there are chores, and the chores are usually split. Like, if you prefer to go out in the garage and change the oil in the car, and whenever the car breaks down, you want to change the tires, and you want to do the plumbing, and if we want the gazebo, you're the one that wants to do it, and meanwhile, I get to sit at home and do the house chores. I mean, that's fine. You know, like, you should also take out the garbage, because if I do the house chores and clean the house, then you need to take out the garbage. But if you don't want that, we can reverse. Like, I take out the garbage, I do the car, I do the plumbing, I do everything else. I mean, it's fine. You know, just tell me what you want. Just tell me what you want. The gardening, right? Do you want to do it? I mean, if you want to mow the lawn, I mean, that's fine with me. It's just like, just pick what you want to do. But I guess, like, what you want to do is nothing, right? Like, you want to be princess. A modern Disney princess. That's jack shit. Well, I'm sorry, but, like, that is not how human beings cohabitate. Like, even if you have a person that pays rent and lives with you, you still have to split the chores somehow. So this is, like, the first thing that I don't understand, like, doing the chores. I also don't understand, like, the horror of sitting at home. Because it's portrayed like the woman sits at home type of shit, which is not realistic in today's economy. Like, let's be honest. If the woman is sitting at home, you live in a very wealthy family. You're probably married to a millionaire that can afford that. Most people expect the woman to go to work as well. Like, most people expect 2 incomes in the household. You got 2 hands, you got 2 feet. What the fuck is wrong with you? You got diversity initiatives willing to help you out. Get out there and work. Bring home the bacon. Like, why would you sit at home the whole day, right? But the event that sitting at home is somehow bad. Like, you want me to believe that in an alternative world, when I get to marry a hot 10 out of 10 waifu, and she goes to work, brings home the money, and all I have to do is stay at home, do the house chores, and have sex with her. Like that is the nightmare, yes? That is the nightmare scenario. That is the kentriarchy. That is horrible. Very interesting. So, like, when you go to work and you're spending it like crunching, and it's like 9 or 10 hour a day work with deadlines and shit, is that liberating? Is it liberating before or after your boss tells you that your 5-minute lunch break is over and you gotta go back to it? What is the liberation happening? So this is like what I never understood. I mean, is it a real grievance or is it just something you like to complain about? Like yes, human beings have to work in order to get through life. Because if you don't work, then other people have to work for you. Like someone has to clean the house, someone has to do the dishes, someone has to fix the car, someone has to drive the kids to school. Share the fucking burden. Like, I don't even think like there are this illusion that there is a man that goes to work, comes home, and does nothing even if it exists. And if it is, then that's how you train them. I'm sorry. But like in a relationship, you do need to tell your partner what's acceptable and what's not. But most of the people I know, most of the friends I know, you can't make the argument that the man does nothing at home. Like this is a feminist argument that I think is taken from pop culture. Maybe this is like normal in America, you know, maybe I shouldn't speak about it, but like here in Eastern Europe, like move to Eastern Europe if you want, okay? Like the men in Eastern Europe do house chores. There is not a single man in Eastern Europe that does nothing after he finishes work. It doesn't exist. And then it's of course, you know, the one with the children. Yes, like having a child is very difficult, right? Like this scares her. Responsibility bad. My question is like when you're old, who's going to take care of you? Like, if you're that level of selfish, if you genuinely do not want to take care of another human being because you don't want children, you want to have fun, when you're at the age of 85, who should take care of you, though? Right? Like, why shouldn't other people be just as selfish? Probably the government, yes. Like, the love that you're going to get from an institution, which is like the old person's home or whatever, that is the same as the warmth you get from your family. Again, like, people are saying this is a Chinese psyop. I wouldn't be shocked. Like shit like this destroys a society. Look at the bars at the window. Like, this is definitely... Is this in America? Do you got bars at the windows like this? Don't you guys have guns in your home? Like, do you need bars at the window? I'm just asking. I don't know. They look worse than the ones in Romania, by the way, because we have bars at the window too, but, like, they're at least maintained. They don't look like a prison. This looks like rusted. Jesus. But yeah, most of the elderly people that I spoke at the hostel and were suffering from depression, the number one reason was that either they were lonely because they don't have kids, chose not to make any, or did make some, but they passed away, or they have kids, but they left the country in order to go to Germany, France, the United Kingdom in order to work there and have a better life. And they left their Mima at home. And Mima was very sad and depressed. Because like Christmas is coming, there's no one to visit. Thanksgiving would probably be an equivalent in America, right? No one to visit. You think like a lot of people think like now, it's like, well, I don't want to see my relatives anyway, they're boring, right? And you say this now, but like you have the choice. You have the choice to see them or not. When you're old, you're going to want some people to see, you know? Like it's going to get really boring really fast if no one enters your house, if no one... Like, a lot of people also want appreciation for stuff they did. Like, I remember when my grandmother repainted the house, like, she wanted us to come in and see, right? Like, there is this thing where human beings, like, want to be appreciated for their accomplishments. Imagine you have no one, and everything you do, no one gives a fuck. Is that the type of life you want? Probably. Of course, you know, she chose eventually not to get married. I mean, why should she? You know, like, marriage evil. Let me know what you guys think. This lady went her own way. I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.